And we've taken the opportunity for the past couple of years during our annual leadership conference to recognize individuals and companies who are advancing the HR profession. And we're going to be recognizing 3 by giving out select awards during the next couple of days. And this evening, I have the pleasure of announcing the winner of the 2011 Georgia Star Award. The Georgia Star Award goes out to the Company of the Year, and this is to an organization who has advanced the profession by truly making HR a strategic partner. We have the pleasure here with us today. We have Alex Ward. He's with Aflac, and please give a round of applause for Aflac. They are a generous sponsor of this award. And I'm going to ask the HR director for MIA Federal Credit Union out of Columbus, Georgia, to join me up here to accept the award for 2011 Georgia Company of the Year. This is Romal Holder. He is the HR director again for MIA Federal Credit Union. And let me tell you a little bit about why the judging panel selected MIA this year as the winner of this award. As recent as 2006, so just 5 years ago, the organization had just 26 employees, and HR's role was really relegated to a very administrative role. So they were responsible for hiring, they were responsible for administering benefits and salary, and then on a reactive basis, doing what they called at the time personnel administration. And the leadership team back then had the foresight to recognize that they needed an HR professional to help them make sure that they would succeed going forward. They specifically reached out to look for someone that was an advocate and someone who was a SHRM professional, someone who was active in SHRM. And that person was Romal, who's joining us tonight. And one of the things that they did right from the beginning was they made him a part of the executive leadership team, the administrative team that's responsible for decision making. And that was the first time they'd ever done that. And so he basically has a seat, or that coveted seat at the table, as we often talk about. And that's had a great impact on the organization. But in the interest of time, I'm going to point out 2 things that's done. The first thing is hiring and the nature of the people they're hiring. One of the things that Romal did was help them understand that if they were going to continue to succeed, they had to be able to attract a more diverse workforce, ethnically but also generationally. They needed to make their culture and their organization attractive to young people and people of broad ethnic backgrounds. And he was successful in influencing them, and the whole complexion of the people they've hired has changed and is much more representative of their customers today. The second thing that I wanted to point out was the Leadership Academy that he developed. It's unusual in that not only does it develop leaders, but it actually takes an opportunity every month to problem solve real business problems. So the leaders get together twice a month. One is for development, largely around things like emotional intelligence. But the other thing they do is they take real business problems, things that are getting in the way of the company's success, and they use that as a forum to solve those problems. And so tonight we recognize MIA for having the foresight to recognize the importance of HR as a strategic partner and for truly switching from a very administrative role to looking at HR as a strategic partner. So join me in congratulating Romal and MIA Federal.